You see, most people spend their entire lives chasing money, as if it's some distant prize waiting at the end of a long, winding road. But here's a secret that's rarely spoken. Wealth isn't just a number in your bank account. It's a mindset, a discipline, and above all, a philosophy about life itself. While 97% of people are trapped in a cycle of scarcity and struggle, the 3% have unlocked a profound truth. Financial freedom is not about how much you make, but how you think, act, and grow every single day. The difference? It's not luck, it's not education, and it's not connections. It's a way of seeing the world, a way of understanding your own worth, your own power, and the invisible forces that shape your financial destiny. Today, I want to take you beyond the surface, not just to learn how to make money, but to learn how to think like the wealthy so that your actions follow and your results change forever. Because here's the thing, poverty begins in the mind long before it shows up in your wallet. And wealth? Wealth begins the moment you decide to step off the beaten path and rewrite the story you've been telling yourself about money. Are you ready to discover why the masses stay broke and how you can join the few who break free? Then listen closely, because this might just be the most important conversation you'll ever have. Let me tell you something simple but powerful. If you ever want to build wealth, real wealth, not just bigger bills and a fancier lifestyle, you've got to pay yourself first. That's the first law. That means before you pay the landlord, the government, the tax man, or even the light bill, you must honor your future self. Now, I know what some folks say, but I don't make enough. Well, let me tell you, it's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep, and more importantly, what you do with what you keep. You see, wealth doesn't respond to income. It responds to discipline. Let's take an example. You get a check. It's not $1 million. Maybe it's just $500 for the week. Most people look at that and immediately start subtracting rent, groceries, gas, weekend plans. By the time they're done, they think, well, maybe next month I'll save. But the wealthy, they flip that equation. They subtract their future first. They take 10%, sometimes 15%, and tuck it away. Savings, investments, maybe even a little gold. And only then do they let the rest go to work paying for life. I learned this lesson when I was broke, sitting at a little table with just a few dollars and too many bills. My mentor said to me, "Don't wait to have more to start. Start with what you have, and you'll have more." So I began with just $1 out of $10. Seemed small, seemed silly, but that little habit taught me ownership. I stopped being a servant to my money and started becoming its master. You've got to tell your money where to go instead of asking where it went. And let me say this, paying yourself first isn't selfish. It's responsible. It's not about hoarding money, it's about planting it. Every dollar you save or invest is a worker on your team. And the question is, are you sending those workers out into the world to bring you back a return? Or are you spending them all on temporary pleasures and wondering why nothing changes? Here's what I tell anyone ready to leave that 97% behind. The day you decide that your future is worth more than that extra coffee or new gadget, you step into the world of the 3%. Not because you earn more, but because you think better. There's a truth many don't want to face. Most people spend money emotionally. They buy what feels good in the moment. A fancy coffee, the latest gadget, a night out with friends. These purchases provide relief, a quick fix for stress or boredom. But that relief, it's fleeting. And when the money is gone, so is the comfort. This is why so many stay stuck, perpetually chasing their next temporary high with dollars that could have built something lasting. The 97% live paycheck to paycheck because their spending is guided by feelings, not foresight. Contrast that with the mindset of the 3%. These folks don't just spend, they invest. And investing isn't always about the stock market or complicated financial jargon. It's about intention. It's about seeing every dollar as a soldier, marching toward a goal. Whether that's retirement, education, or financial freedom, it's about buying freedom, not just relief. This difference in thinking separates the broke from the wealthy. When a 3%er orders a coffee, it's not because they don't want one, it's because they've already asked, will this purchase bring me closer to or farther from my goals? That's a powerful question. I remember early in my career when money was tight, I was tempted to spend on things that made me feel good in the moment. They had money saved, investments growing, and options I didn't have. But I saw men and women around me who didn't necessarily make more, but who had a different habit. They paused before every purchase. They asked themselves if what they were about to buy would serve their future or just satisfy an emotional urge, and you know what? That habit paid off. Spending intentionally means you know your priorities, and you don't let fleeting feelings dictate your financial decisions. It's about control, discipline, and vision. The 3% understand that wealth is built not just on income, but on what you do with it. Every dollar either builds your freedom or someone else's. It's as simple and as profound as that. If you want to be in the 3%, begin today by shifting how you think about your money. Don't spend just because you feel like it. Spend because you've decided where your money's loyalty lies. The moment you do that, you start building a legacy, not just a lifestyle. And that's the difference between the broke and the free. The 3% understand this truth deeply, turning simple financial disciplines into rituals that shape their destiny. They know that success isn't about luck or a sudden windfall. It's about steady, deliberate actions repeated without fail. Think about it. How often do we dismiss small habits because they seem insignificant? Yet it's those small, almost invisible choices that create the foundation for financial freedom. Reading just 10 pages of a financial book daily is not about becoming an expert overnight. It's about cultivating a mindset of growth and understanding. Knowledge compounds just like money, and each page turned is a step closer to mastery. Reviewing your financial goals every morning may seem trivial, but it sets the tone for your entire day. It reminds you of what you're working toward and keeps your focus sharp. It's easy to get distracted by daily stresses, but this simple ritual grounds you in your purpose and priorities. Saving money every single payday, regardless of how small the amount, is one of the most transformative financial habits you can develop. It reinforces the fundamental principle of paying yourself first and ensures your money is constantly working to build your future. These regular contributions multiply dramatically through the magic of compound growth. Here's the truth. It's not about how much you save initially. It's about developing the discipline to save consistently. Eliminating just one wasteful expense each week is another simple yet powerful financial practice. This isn't about living like a monk. It's about intentional spending and smart priorities. The top 3% of wealth builders constantly monitor where their money flows and redirect funds from temporary pleasures to permanent wealth building. I vividly remember when I first embraced these daily money rituals. I wasn't wealthy back then, but I made a commitment to continuous learning, regular goal reviews, consistent investing, and ruthless expense cutting. Those small actions felt insignificant initially, but over the years they completely revolutionized my financial reality. If you're serious about building wealth, stop waiting for the perfect timing or massive capital. Focus on what's entirely within your control, your daily financial behaviors. These fundamental disciplines, executed with unwavering consistency, become your wealth-building rituals and the foundation stones of your prosperity. Wealth isn't a single event. It's an ongoing process, determined by your daily financial choices. True financial freedom isn't just a trendy concept. It's the power to live abundantly from the income your own assets and efforts produce. If you're dependent on a single paycheck, you're balancing on one leg during a hurricane. It's precarious and dangerous. The wealthy 3% understand this reality intimately and construct their financial empires on multiple foundation pillars. Salary income alone will never transport you to lasting prosperity. You absolutely need multiple cash flow channels. Picture your income like a sturdy chair with 4 legs: your primary job, your investment returns, entrepreneurial ventures, and passive income streams. The more robust and balanced these legs become, the more unshakable your financial security grows. Depending solely on one source is like carrying all your groceries in a paper bag. And paper bags, they tear when you need them most. You don't need to develop all 4 income legs simultaneously. Start exactly where you are, maybe by launching a side business or mastering investment fundamentals. A side business isn't merely extra income generation. It's a masterclass in entrepreneurship, self-discipline, and innovative thinking. It shows you how to create independent value beyond your traditional job. Even modest investments, made religiously, expand and multiply your income diversity over time. The genius of multiple income streams is the protection they provide. When one leg weakens, perhaps through job elimination or market crashes, your other income sources maintain your stability. This resilience to weather financial storms is what distinguishes the prosperous 3% from the struggling 97%. They don't gamble on luck or pin everything on one paycheck. They engineer financial durability. I clearly recall those early years when I began cultivating income streams beyond my primary employment. It demanded sacrifice. It required patience, persistence, and continuous education. But those investments delivered magnificently by providing options and security I'd never experienced before. When one opportunity disappeared, others were already flourishing. If you want to command your destiny, never stake everything on a single income source. Develop multiple revenue streams, however modest they begin, and witness your financial foundation strengthen. This transcends simply earning money. It's about constructing a base solid enough to support your dream lifestyle. Wealth equals freedom. And freedom flows from nurturing diverse sources in your financial ecosystem. Traditional education might prepare you to earn a paycheck, but self-directed learning will teach you to create a fortune. The distinction between the 97% who remain financially stuck and the 3% who accumulate wealth isn't merely in their account balances. It lies in what they consciously feed their minds daily. Wealth transcends numbers. It's a mentality developed through relentless learning and personal evolution. When I began my journey, I quickly discovered that transforming my financial future required transforming my mental consumption. Average people invest their time in mindless entertainment, distractions that keep their thinking stagnant and unfocused. The affluent, conversely, invest their time studying success principles, devouring books about money, absorbing insights from financial experts, and analyzing successful individuals with genuine curiosity and clear purpose. Your brain functions like premium farmland. Plant weeds, worthless information, toxic negativity, endless distractions, and you'll harvest financial struggle. But plant quality seeds of wisdom, proven principles, and winning strategies, and you'll harvest exponential growth and abundance. Success isn't about possessing every answer immediately, but establishing a daily commitment to nourishing your mind with growth-focused content. I distinctly remember dedicating merely 15 minutes each morning to reading wealth-building books or listening to prosperity podcasts. It seemed minimal initially, but gradually, those brief learning sessions revolutionized my thinking patterns and behavioral choices. Eventually, the principles I absorbed became automatic, directing every financial decision I encountered. The secret ingredient is unwavering consistency. Don't postpone learning until you find spare time or extra money. Make education an integral part of your daily rhythm. Deliberately choose to learn from those who've already achieved what you desire. Through this approach, you don't just acquire information, you develop the mindset essential to think and operate like the financially successful. Prosperity originates in your thoughts, long before it materializes in your bank account. Nourish your mind with success principles, not empty distractions, and observe how your entire financial existence transforms. This is the blueprint for building true wealth. Not merely by working harder, but by learning strategically every single day. The choice is yours. Will you join the 3% who build wealth through disciplined daily habits, or remain with the 97% who wonder why money always seems to slip away? Your financial future depends on what you decide to do today and every day after that. If you got any value from this video, drop a like. It tells the algorithm we're doing something right. And hey, we're collecting donations in the form of subscribes to fund the next video. So smash that subscribe button and help us grow this community.